what I'm going to do is this goes in here.
Yeah.
Check for boats. Okay, so I grab my release clip, I pinch it, and stick my line in. Some of my clips are getting a little weak, so I stick it into the black dot or just on the other side. And so that's there, and let it go. I actually had this happen the other day where it created a knot. So now you see that it's perfect there. Make sure it's not on the tip. If it's on that tip, then you could end up breaking a rod when we put a rod down. So what I have to watch, I could do it the first couple times, and when you want to try it, I'll let you try it. So I've released this.
Yeah.
Keep my thumb on there. This is my brake. I'm going to go down slowly to, we're in 42, so I can go down to 30 feet. So I'm going to send her down. Click it in.
Yeah.
Crank it down a little bit until it's like level with the fish downrigger, and then that's good to go.
Okay.
So now we're fishing both. It's just that simple. Let's see that one here. You can crank that one down a little bit more.
Crank it down.
Just crank it. Yeah.
Why do you do that?
So you want the tension. So what it is we're in the release clip, downrigger ball release clip. When we put tension on it, that release clip is actually lifting up. So because mine are like 4 feet, if I'm at 30 feet on my downrigger, right now this one's at 28, but if I'm at 30 feet on this one, take off 4 feet, my release clip's actually 4 feet higher in the water because I'm putting tension on it and lifting that clip up.
Okay.
But it's fine. If the fish are at 30 feet, they will come up. They'll come up 10 feet. So we want to make sure there's tension so that the rod is straight down to that clip and straight down the line. So when a fish bites, we take the rod out of the rod holder, reel down, pop it off the clip, and just start reeling.
Oh, okay.
It's very simple. So you just have that tension right away. If it's loose, then what happens is you have like a whole bunch of line, and then your release clip, and then the fish. And you can see the fish, so you try and pop it off, but you have to gather all this line and then pop it off. But you'll be able to see the fish hit. So we're getting to the zone now. It's in this little, they were in here yesterday. For whatever reason, there you go, fish on. So this is, I'll show you the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you go ahead. Dude.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the rod, lift it straight up, then you're gonna reel down, pull up on the release clip.
Okay.
And you're gonna reel really quickly to get that tension, and you're gonna keep tension on that fish. Okay? So I'm gonna get my net ready.
So like literally 10 minutes.
So I'm gonna see that dodger? You wanna keep that dodger in the water? Otherwise he's gonna start using that dodger to his advantage, or hers. And so if you keep the rod down and to the side, usually a fish will just swim with the boat. So once I'm ready here, longer net helps with the landing. We're good to go. There we go, one in the cooler, going in the cooler. Silver bullet. Silver bullet. One of the best freshwater fish we can catch right now. Best eating fish out there. Okay.
I didn't even see how that.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. So we'll get hooked by this thing. So, got it right in the snout. You always want to make sure they're dead. You can't keep a live fish on your boat, right? Hold on to that dodger. Okay, so this is why we have the cooler. That's just a small one. Right away, you want to make sure you clean off your net. Get all the grime off of it, all the slime. You got a fish on right here. Oh. You put Dodger right here. Oh, I just Oh, no, he's there. Okay, so lift up. Reel down. Pull up. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, reel down. Reel. Reel. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
That tension on him. Can you feel him?
Yeah.
Okay, keep reeling, keep that tension on him. Well, that's not too bad. 2 right away.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes, 2 fish.
Yeah, so keep that dodger down.
All right.
Okay.
So dodger in the water.
Don't point the rod towards him if you can. Alright, come this way. Another small one. Okay, now lift up towards me. Lift up. There you go.
Yeah. There we go. Second silver bullet.
So now, if your drag is loose, you can give me line. Just pull it out. Yep.
Nice. That's it there.
Do you want to try and hook it up yourself, or do you want
Sure.
me to show you that again?
I think so I'm going to put this in, hook that on the line,
Yeah.
let it down, pop this.
Yeah.
So good here now.
The most important thing is you make sure it's not wrapped around the rod tip and let it down slowly your first few times.
Okay.
So you need to get the line first. We're going to go down 30 feet. I just want you to look at the surface here, the dodger there.
Yeah.
The 100-foot rule is what? It's 30 feet down, 70 feet back. That's about 70 feet back. That's perfect.
Okay.
But when you're 30 feet down, you really only need to be about 20 to 40 feet back.
Okay.
But that's nicer because if you see some fish at 20 feet or 15 or 10 and you want to reel up, you got a farther setback.
Okay.
And then it also gives you time to react. If you see fish, you go, ooh, there's some at 20. By the time you reel up, and by the time that thing comes up, you're right where the fish are. So that's why I put it further back, just so you know. Okay, so you're in your clip.
So,
let's see how far. Let's not put it all the way. Let's put it right in the middle of the black line if you can.
There?
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to go out. So that's
Okay,
good.
so that looks good.
And then
Check your rod tip. Okay.
Rod tip looks good.
Yeah. Thumb on the spool.
Okay.
And you want your release. No, you got to release your spool.
Release the spool.
Yeah.
Thumb is on.
Thumb is
and
on.
Now I'm going to release this.
Now slowly pull it. Yeah.
Is it 30 feet?
Yeah. Okay, watch your tip. You got to let your line out. You got to let that spool slowly let your thumb off. Yeah, slowly. You're going to watch that tip. Watch your rod tip. Yeah. Just okay. Yeah.
And then there's 30.
Yeah. Just go with the handle. Just move it that way, and the brake should follow. There you go.
And then I want to reel down.
Yeah, you want to crank it down until the rod tip's basically straight out from the downrigger. That's good. Yep. You're fishing. See, this one I would crank down just a little more. These are downrigger. These ones are a lot more. These are softer than those ones, so I crank them down a little bit more. So we've got some active fish again. You can see from the bottom here, he's come on up. So that one came up and he's checking out our stuff. So that tells me they are further down today, but that's the way they were before. As long as they can look up and see your presentation, they will come up. There's a road here, that's where everyone comes ice fishing in the winter. They just walk out to about here, fish here in the winter.
Oh, okay.
And if you look down your hole, if you're in an ice tent and you're reeling up, you can actually watch these fish follow it straight up like this. They'll actually swim at it. There's another fish that's come up, took a look. So they're in there, they're doing this, they're checking stuff out. They're coming up, they're going down, they're coming up, they're going down, they're going all over the place. So we had some active fish back there, but they were small ones, so we'll slowly get ourselves turned around. The other thing with downrigger fishing, if you're closer, if you don't have as far of a setback, and you're closer to your boat, you can turn a tighter circle, because you don't have to worry about your line tangling. So what you'll also notice with Kokanee, you've watched a few of the videos that we have, they love to chase, they're territorial, they have all that stuff. They like change. You have to always be changing something if you're not getting a bite. So if you see a fish and you go, oh, there should be fish back there, well, I'll change something. Right now I'm going 1.3, 1.4, I'll just speed up just slightly. And more often than not, wham, there you go, you got a fish, just because they sped up. So lift up. There you go. So crank down right away, get that tension right on them. Okay, now slowly keep that tension, make sure you can feel them.
Yeah. Oh, this is a better one, yeah.
Perfect. That rod's one of the most sensitive rods I've had so far. Okay, so same thing. Walk backwards a little bit, watch the rod behind you. While you're doing that, let me know when he gets close. Okay. So they like that. They like it when you speed up, or you'll see a lot of Kokanee fishermen will start doing S-turns, yeah. And that'll slow down one side and speed up another. It'll also raise a ball.
Oh, there he's fighting. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, let him fight back there.
Yeah.
Let him do its thing. If the drag's working on that reel, let it work. So you might have to tighten the drag just a little bit, but keep the rod to the side. Yeah. And let him do its thing. Slowly.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah.
But if he's rolling around like the coho roll, let him do his thing out there. He'll get tired, and then he'll swim in. You can also lower the rod more, and that'll create less pressure on his mouth, and he'll actually swim in quicker. And when you get close, you're going to keep it tight, and you're going to slowly lift up and direct it into the net. He's way down there. Okay, when you're ready. Ready?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's not.
Oh, Rogers. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, give me some line.
Yeah.
That is a good one. So we found a bigger fish.
Oh,
Waves coming here.
Yeah, that's a way nicer one.
Get a loop, and I'm going to come back. Those bigger fish were in here, so depending on what the wind did last night, they will, like I said, they are the plankton feeders. So plankton at night will swim to the surface. They don't swim side to side very well. They swim up, they swim down, and they're light sensitive. So on a sunny day, the plankton will start going down, and then at nighttime they'll swim up to the surface. Oh, okay. So those kokanee will follow them depending on where the higher concentrations of plankton are. That's where you'll find your kokanee. Mind you, kokanee are also temperature sensitive, so in the summertime, that's why you'll find them at 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, because they like a certain temperature. They like anywhere, I think it's 53 to 55 degrees, something like that. I don't get too worked up about the temperature, because usually the fish finder in the summertime will tell you exactly where they are, because you can see them. It's pretty basic. Although, mind you, a lot of the times, if you mark just one fish, you're not seeing any other fish, doesn't mean that they're not here, it just means that they're outside of your cone or your fish finder, right? So if you mark one, check it out. If you mark a couple, then you know you're in a good zone. We had a couple good markings over here, so we're going to go right back over to that spot. I've been salmon fishing with these level line reels for years. I grew up with them. I've spent there's lots of active fish there right now. Couple high, couple low. So if we're not getting hit, we can lift the downrigger ball, they'll chase it and slam it. I actually had one yesterday, lowering the downrigger ball. I went past them, I went way past them, and then brought it up past them, and that was enough to trigger a bite. So it just depends. You can have fun with it. But anyway, yeah, I spent many hours on the river fishing with my uncle, and I would cast, and when you cast these things, because they're casting reels, when you cast them, if you let your thumb off of that spool, it goes too fast and poof, bird's nest. And so you always have to have your thumb on there. Everything you do, your thumb has to be on there. And it's just a feel that you get over time. And even still, when you get tired, your brain just doesn't think to keep your thumb on there, and then you get a bird's nest. Figure out where those fish were. They're over here. So kokanee, because they have to filter feed. They have to be swimming to eat, basically. So they're always moving. So that school will swim from here to there, over there, over there. It just depends on where the plankton are. So you have to try and visualize where they might be going. Now the whole idea of plankton, like let's say there's a storm tonight, and you see the winds all blowing that way. A lot of the plankton will get blown down that way, so you might go, oh, I might need to fish there tomorrow. Because I know the fish are here, but if the wind's blowing there, I might want to go over there. It just gives you an indication of where you might catch more kokanee, right? Whereas trout are different. They swim around and eat bugs, and they don't really care. Kokanee are kind of sensitive to that.
So what was your draw to kokanee as opposed to trout?
It tastes better. Way better, in my opinion. I grew up sockeye fishing on the Fraser. I love sockeye. Kokanee is a landlocked sockeye. There's one there. He was up, came down. Come on. There's one down at 42. Two of them there. See the red marks?
Yeah.
Those are kokanee. Could chase them, but they're not super active. Sometimes I'll try. I don't like I'll do it, but this lake, because it's so shallow, we're in 50 feet of water.
Yeah.
Where we're at is 30. I usually try and split the difference, or be 10 or 15 feet off the bottom. So like what's happening right now, oh, there's one there. This mark up here, there's a couple down below. What's happening now is we're at 30 feet. Take off 4 feet for the release, so we're at 26. And then you're 80 feet back. That dodger will sink a little bit, not a lot, so that you're more like 27. So you don't need to be 100% perfect in where you're at.
Right.
But if you are, like I've had it where I'm 100 feet back, and you go right close to the bottom and try and catch these fish, because they look so big, I want to catch them. Next thing you know, you're sinking too much, and your dodger and your lure's catching bottom. And then you're spending the rest of the day trolling around with weeds on your hook. And can't catch a fish that way. So I usually try and split the difference and stay a little bit higher than the bottom. That's why you'll see me, I'll go 10 feet off the bottom. Like I could go down to like 35 right now and be comfortable, or 39 and be somewhat confident that I'm not snagging bottom. But you still want to check. Like if you're not, there's one. See the rod bouncing?
Yeah.
Got him?
Yeah, we're on again.
Tension on him. You start flailing around, let him bounce around, turn the rod to the side if you have to. Just back up a little bit. Still got him?
No.
It's all right.
Well, I think there's one there.
Yeah, there's one. You can get it.
So what do you do? Reel up?
Yeah, so
Reel now?
pull it right out of the downrigger clip. Reel down,
Reel down.
and then pull up.
Pull up.
Good. Good pull. What's going on there? Reel.
Reel. Coming off that clip.
Bizarre. Still got him?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we're on again. Oh, feels like a pretty good one. Yeah.
Those rods are great, super sensitive.
Just
So
a
again,
nice
I was
steady
speeding
reel.
up and he
Hit it,
slammed
yeah.
it. They'll follow it. There's some YouTube videos. They'll follow it for hours.
Oh, there he is. He's coming. He's about 30 feet back
Oh
there.
yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Okay, so back up over there. Over here.
Nice. I think he gave up.
Yeah.
He knows he's dinner.
Oh, that's a nice kokanee.
Yeah.
Okay, so get ready to, when you get it close, lift up and in towards the net. Okay, lift up.
There we go.
That is a really nice kokanee.
That is.
Line.
Alright, there we go.
That's it. They're chunky this year. Different strain of kokanee too.
Oh, okay.
Put in the fight.
Yeah, that's a nice football right there. Wow.
Beautiful fish.
Wow. He didn't fight all that hard till he kind of gave up.
Yeah, the fight was a little disappointing. So we didn't get a bite on that. So what I'll do, when you're putting it down, when this is pulling on it, there's a lot of tension on this. So the only, oh, there you go. That's awesome.
Do you want me to net him? Or?
No, I can do it. Whoa. Spit the hook. Just kind of guessing here. Trying a slightly different. We moved out a little bit. Don't fish this section like out this far too often. But I just don't know. Getting some active fish, one went down and it looks like they might have come all the way straight up. One's coming right down to the top. Look at that. It's coming right down to check out our gear. That's why you hear guys saying, oh, you have to have a downrigger. Well, no, you don't. Like we've caught kokanee in the middle of July just with a heavy dodger. We got Luhr Jensen makes a dodger and it's quite heavy. They come in different sizes. And we just long lined it out behind the boat over 100 feet. Got a really nice kokanee. So you don't need the downriggers, but they do help with those lighter dodgers as you saw earlier today, right? So yeah. There you go. Take that one. Lift the top. There we go. Perfect. Keep that tension on it right away. Keep that rod bend nice and tight. You weren't very far back. So he's going to get your own time. Just back up.
I can feed myself from the last one. Feeding the eagle. Look at that other eagle. Oh, there, yeah. They're fighting now. Oh, yeah, this is a better one.
That's a nice one. He's
Whoa.
not tired.
Oh, let him chill back there a bit.
Yeah. Sped up there and he hit. Oh. Oh. Action. Lift up. See if he'll chase it up. That one had the wiggle hoochie, right? Yeah. Change this one. Put one there. He's swimming along, following right now. We lost our corn. We didn't even know it. Could be the difference right there. So we changed it up drastically here. Still following. There you go. Get the tension on that rod right away. Yep.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh!
Right at the boat.
Oh. They're not committing, are they?
No.
They're not
They're
hammering.
just
We're gonna get hit here. Watch out, watch out. We're gonna hit, please. Man! I thought for sure.
That was definitely, that was a bandit. It's like, yeah. They're just tasting it, like you said.
They're just nipping it. So they'll do that. You'll watch them in the winter time, and they'll come up and they'll open their mouth and like literally just miss it. So he's just getting it on the end.
Huh.
Oh well.
Ben's hooked up. Oh, he's got a good one.
That's a nice
Oh,
one. He's got Dodger. Oh! Try and get him to stay in the water if you can, right?
He's not really wanting to, yeah.
That's what I can do. Sometimes if it's a really nice one, I'll slow the boat speed down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Oh!
No, he's still there. Yeah.
Drag just kicked off.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, now.
I think he's starting to tire out now. So if you slowly reel in, see how that rod's bent like that?
Yeah.
And you just let the rod. Years ago when they had the gang trolls, they used to have rubber snubbers. But these rods are designed to be super sensitive. Uh-oh, did he snag himself?
Yeah, I think he's foul
Well, if
hooked.
not, if he is, we gotta let him go. You know what happens when you let a foul hooked fish go. Let's take a quick look.
No, maybe not. No. Oops, sorry. Oh, no.
Oh, you gotta want to know if he bit that.
Oh no! I caught him twice.
Right on. You know, he hammered that.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
This one's yours, isn't it?
Nope. I got to try and land the last one and I lost it. This is all on you. Pressure's on. You'll be surprised sometimes. We cannot keep them on.
Oh, that is incredible.
Well, thanks for coming up.
Yeah. Anyways, that was good, man. That's pretty epic.
Well, it wasn't our limit. But that's okay.
That's pretty close.
That's fun.